Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good late evening to you folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and I want to thank you once again for tuning in with me. I know I've been off from doing broadcasts for some period of time here, and I just wanted to make and let everybody know that everything's going all right. Nothing wrong with the old health problems here or anything that would prohibit me from doing this show. Now, I am down here in Texas, and we somewhat got affected out here by that ridiculous hurricane, Hurricane Ike. And luckily, I panned out, fairly decently, but I just wanted to extend if anyone out there can help the people out there in Texas by simply, donating some canned goods, donating anything of that nature to your nearest Red Cross or whatever organization that is affiliated with this tragedy that happened out here, I'd strongly advise you to do that. I'm not plugging the Red Cross or anything of that nature. I'm just saying a lot of folks got damaged. I mean, the entire city of Galveston is just completely annihilated. Parts of Houston are just completely shut down. As a matter of fact, most part, the worst part hit by the hurricane out here in Texas was just completely devastating. And I can't believe that this was actually supposedly a Category 2. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. This is political discussion. This is True Conservative Radio. I just want to let everybody know that's why I was off the air for some time. But I want to let everybody know that I'm okay, and we are going to talk about political subject matters for this evening. Now, folks, I know I've been off for a long time, and a lot of things have happened, but, folks, let me tell you something. It's the stench of what is going on out here is absolutely disgusting. All right, first of all, I completely missed getting on the air on the Blog Talk Radio Network to talk about Sarah, let my teen daughters have kids till they go out of style, Palin or whatever her name is. She did the interview with Charlie Gibson. Now, I've seen the interview several different times, and, let me tell you something, folks. I've been criticized a lot. I've been getting a lot of hate mail from folks claiming that I just can't see a woman vice president, and I'm having a problem because she's a woman. I'm not having a problem because she's a woman, all right? What I'm having a problem with is the entire 180 that I have observed, folks, and you can go back in the archives. These shows are stamped, timed. I've said this from the beginning. Ever since the damn first week of the damn Republican primaries, the Republicans have taken a complete 180. They have been hijacked by liberals, and it seems like the whole entire Republican Party has just embraced this liberalism notion. I mean, conservatism has just completely been put on the back burner. I never thought I'd see a day, folks, when you would see Republicans championing teen pregnancy. I mean, what in the blue hell is going on out here? What happened to conservative principles? Whatever happened to conservative ideology? This is why I don't like Palin. This is why I don't like John McCain, because they have just completely reversed the ideology of the Republican Party, and now they're nothing but a bunch of bedwetting liberals. They're a bunch of long-haired tree huggers, just like the Democrats out there, just like the liberals have always blatantly been. It's just out here in the Republican Party now, they're packaging it up in some other package, but it's still the same crap, different plate, folks. It's liberalism and feminism, folks. When the hell did you ever think that you'd see the Republican Party actually participating in feminist politics? I mean, let me tell you something. I was blaming, and you can look back in the archives, folks, I blamed the Democrats first for doing this because I thought Hillary Clinton was a just scoundrel for playing feminist politics. And same with as a matter of fact, the Clinton also played racial politics. I don't want to get into that. If you want to listen to that program, you can go back in the archive. But I mean, I called this that the Democrats were using racial and gender politics. They're throwing our race relations and gender relations back 40 years, and then you got the Republicans, you know, which was my former party up until this election, folks. All right, this is my former party. I'm just conservative, and that's all there is to it. I'm not going to sit here and bow down to some tree-hugging liberal long-haired crap. I'm not going to do that, folks. All right, I'm not going. I never thought I'd see the day when the Republican Party would actually, justify teenage pregnancy for the sake of, I don't know, what is it, loyalty? I mean, if you don't have principle, you don't got nothing. You're nothing more than these damn left-wing liberals that don't even know what the half they're talking about, but they're sitting over here swearing by it like it's the damn Holy Bible or something. It's ridiculous, folks, and I can't believe that nobody else is talking about this subject matter. I've been talking about it ever since I started this program. And everybody, and you can look all over Blog Talk Radio Network, and you can look back in their archives, and I don't give a damn who you look at, but they have had shows dedicated to me, and I'm talking about Republicans. When I started making this observation public that the damn Republican Party is being hijacked by liberals, you had Blog Talk Radio shows all over the place talking trash about me, spreading slanderous lies about me and all kinds of nonsense. But I saw it, folks, and let me tell you, it's blatantly obvious, and if you're going to be a Republican or a so-called conservative or trying to call yourself a conservative, and you're going to bow down to this McCain-Palin ticket, you're a despicable piece of trash, just like the left-wing liberals. You have to look at the logic in it, folks. If you don't have principle, what the hell are you? You're just some minion, some moron that's just going to follow whatever some party says so. I mean, it sounds like communism, doesn't it? This is authoritarian garbage. There's no freedom in that. And on top of which, folks, none of these parties, and I've been talking about the economy for a long time too, folks, and I've said ever since this past January, I've been saying that this next Christmas coming up here is going to be our last good Christmas, folks. And I've been saying this from the beginning. It doesn't take a brain scientist to understand the economic situation out here in America. Okay, first of all, we are setting, and I've said this since the beginning, folks. I mean, it's like I'm repeating myself, but it needs to be said once again because obviously most of the American public out here are too busy, shoveling greasy cheeseburgers like a damn garbage disposal down their gullet. But it needs to be bared repeating. Don't you understand, folks, that America has set an economic unprecedented situation? We are a country that actually consumes more than we produce, which makes no economic sense no matter what ridiculous moron tries to, explain to you that that's okay or that's some sort of natural phenomena. It's not. All right? We've basically sent all the means of production in America out to foreign soil out here. We're participating in a supposed global market, all right, which basically, folks, the corporations that were born here in America, all right, those are the people that started the global markets, okay? Those are the multinational corporations. These morons, they've already gave us the finger. All right, and let's not talk about that. That's another issue. I don't even want to talk about it. But the point is, folks, is that here we are in a situation where, as a country, we are consuming more than we're producing. I mean, I never thought I'd see the amount of deficit that we were incurring with everything from the entitlement programs that we give out here to all the government cheese and all those programs that everybody knows and loves, all these pork barrel spending projects that John McCain and Palin like to claim that they're not a part of, which that's absolute malarkey. And then you got the war, folks, and let me tell you, and speaking of Palin, here's this stupid, Eskimo bimbo sitting here in front of Charlie Gibson, a respected journalist out here, and she's trying to, question, well, what the hell is the damn Bush Doctrine? Folks, I was one of the first ones on here to explain what the Bush Doctrine is. It doesn't take a brain science, all right? Let me tell you something. First of all, the simplistic form of the Bush Doctrine is you go in a preemptive strike. It's actually preventative strikes. It's not even preemptive. Preemptive gives the notion that you know that you're going to be hit, so you're going to hit them before you're hit. But preventative strikes, which is what the Bush Doctrine entails, even if the thought, if the very notion of, somehow there's some impending danger coming from some country, that we have the right to just go in there and kick ass and take names. That's the Bush Doctrine right there, folks. All right, but it goes more complicated than that, and this is what I've been explaining to folks that this is a battle of ideas, that we do need to establish democracy out there in the Middle East, so that, you know, these terrorists out here, these tyrants that are subjugating these people in this part of the world with Islamic theocracy, I mean, this extremism, they can't keep subjugating these people like this, you know, and they need to understand that, you know, there is a certain level of society that doesn't entail you going out and blowing yourself up because you think you're going to have or win some sort of religious significance in the afterlife. But, folks, this has gone beyond that crap, this war, with all due respect to all the people that died and fought in this war, in both wars, Afghanistan and Iraq. You know, my heart goes out to all of you. You soldiers are the best soldiers on the face of the planet. But what's unfortunate, folks, is that our debt is incurring by the hour. It's $15 million an hour we're spending in Iraq alone. And what really boils me, and it should boil the American people, but the American people are too stupid, with all due respect. If you happen to not be a stupid American, my apologies to you. But the American people are so stupid, they don't understand that we're spending $15 million an hour. It's over $1 trillion in debt for this Iraq war, okay? Whether you want to believe it's over natural resources, whether you want to believe it's ideological, who gives a crap? You know, we're there. Now what? Well, I'll tell you now what, folks. We've established, I guess, some sort of a makeshift democracy out there based on these, you know, tribal factions that hate each other, don't want to kill each other. And yet, folks, we are not seeing any kind of economic benefit. And what I mean by economic benefit, I'm talking about these damn ridiculous Iraqi parliament, whatever you want to call this governing body that's out there that's supposedly governing the lawless land out there in Iraq. What we need to do is we need to force them, or at least the American people force our politicians to force them, to start saying, hey, wait a minute, all right, we liberated you, we're $1 trillion in debt, all right, won't you pay us back, you stupid morons? Or better yet, here we are, we're seeing gas prices going up the wazoo because of, you know, supposedly shortage problems, or, you know, refinery, but they're going to blame the refineries now with the hurricane. So whatever they want to blame it on, here you are, we're America, you know, the world's best army. We're out there in the Middle East, in Iraq. We're standing on the second largest oil deposit in the world. And yet we, as American, I guess as American people, because if we're going to back this government, we are obliging ourselves to allow this government to do this, but this government is allowing the Iraqi parliament to accumulate surpluses. Let me tell you, it's over $80 billion in surplus the Iraqi parliament has in their bank account. And they haven't even paid 1 rent cent back to us. I mean, they haven't even, you know, fully integrated themselves into the military part of the operation of maintaining their own sovereignty, folks. And this is what sickens me out here, all right? You know, the damn limeys, okay, those guys from England over there across the pond. I mean, when we went into World War II, these poor bastards paid us back. Even though they got bombed to hell by the Blitzkrieg, I mean, you know, half the city was in ruins out there, they still paid us back, all right? Most people that we help out in wars pay us back. You know that, right? Here we are, we're in a war, this is costing us $15 million an hour. And yet, we're not even seeing 1 red cent paid back to us. And you want to know why I'm harping about the payback, folks, is because, well, that's what's screwing up our economy, frankly, okay? The fact that we, as a people, not only as a government, the government is outstanding, I don't know how many trillions and trillions of dollars, but the American people as a whole encompass so much debt that it's bringing the integrity of the American dollar to a very precarious level, and I've been talking about this for a long time, and everybody's just thinking, oh, I'm a crack pipe, oh, this and that, it's not going to happen, the American economy is sound, it's great, and everything's going to happen, dollar bill, y'all, you know, that's what they're hollering, but let me tell you, look what happened today, huh? Lehman Brothers, this, you know, scumbag financial institution that put itself into bankruptcy out here. If you happen to have money in Lehman Brothers, folks, I don't know what you're going to be able to do, folks. I mean, I hope that you didn't put a retirement fund in there or anything like that because, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, you know, what happens to the people's money? You know, folks, I mean, this is what I'm talking about out here. 168-year-old, or I don't know if it was exactly 160, over 160 years, financial institution in America. It just goes belly up out of nowhere. And not only that, folks, you know, news just in, and you need to put this in your noggin here to go check your banking accounts, you know, at your local bank if you happen to have a regional bank account from a local bank or any of these small chains out here. Let me tell you, there's 120 banks in the nation, you know, according to, you know, financial news out here and all the crap I'm gathering. You know, there's 120 banking institutions that are on the same shaky economic level out here. They're about to go belly up, folks. This is a serious situation. I've been saying this from the beginning, folks. That's why I always tell you, folks, whether you agree or disagree with me, I'm a pretty good political observer, and what proves that, I'm not trying to, you know, sit here and, you know, toot my own horn or bloviate or trying to gloat or anything of that nature, folks, but it doesn't take a brain scientist to understand what's going on here in America, and I've been hollering at it, I've been screaming my head off. I've been telling people that this is real, okay? This is not a joke. People need to wake up. All right, liberalism is around. It doesn't matter what party you vote for in this election, folks. You're getting liberalism. If you're a true conservative, I mean, first of all, we have so many things to fix up, folks, as conservatives, okay? I mean, we obviously know that the moral integrity of America has been flushed down the proverbial toilet. But we also have to worry about the economy, because the economy is what keeps this bureaucracy of government going. It's what keeps our civilization going. And if we don't have a decent economy, folks, I mean, what does that make us as a power? I mean, doesn't that reduce us from superpower status into something, you know, maybe the equivalent of France or something? I mean, this is serious out here. This is a serious discussion that you can go on any of these damn blog talk radio network shows. You're not going to hear it. You're going to hear them talking about this crap. You know what they're talking about? They're talking about putting lipsticks on pigs, and, you know, they're talking about all kinds of stupid nonsense that no one, you know, should really even be talking about. You know, no one really should even give a damn. We should demand that our politicians work for us instead of sitting out here double talking like damn John McCain. You know, the thing about John McCain, folks, is he's a despicable person. You know, look, I'll give him credit. You know, he was a POW. You know, whatever. Okay, it's great. I'm sorry. You know, thank you for serving our country, but I mean, you're a double talking piece of trash, John McCain. All right. I mean, listen to yourself. If you don't believe me, folks, go to YouTube and you'll see the amount of ridiculous double talk. This idiot will say anything just as long as it sounds good to the audience he's speaking to. I don't know if this guy is doing this on purpose. I don't know what he's doing, but it's ridiculous. And if he's talking about Straight Talk Express, why don't we talk about the moral integrity of America? Let's talk about shielding our children from sexual depravity out here. Let's talk about, you know, instilling morality back in America. Let's talk about put our economy back in order, folks. All right, let's talk about helping the small business out here. Let's talk about helping the small business so we can create jobs. All right, look, I'm not one of these idiot Republicans. And I'm not a Republican, period, anymore, but I'm not one of these moronic Republicans that are going to sit here and try to justify multinational corporations like, oh, yeah, they're such a great thing for society. It's horse crap, all right? It's horse crap. These multinational corporations, if they had America in mind, they would have kept American jobs here instead of exploiting communist China for 15 cents an hour. I mean, these Chinese pieces of crap. And when I couldn't believe this Olympics, too. People gawking over this Olympics. I couldn't believe the mainstream media, you know, showing China in such a great light. I mean, I feel sorry for the people out there. The people are horrified to speak against the atrocities that this damn Chinese government has done to these people. It's despicable. It's sick. And here you got America, pussy pampering these damn Chinese communist government out here because they produce cheap labor, no matter who gets killed, no matter if they have a one-child policy, no matter what. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting, folks. And I just can't believe that here we are as Republicans. You got Republicans out here trying to, you know, make these multinational corporations that much richer with these ridiculous economic ideas. All right, I'm for less taxes. Let's put the less taxes where it belongs, in the small business. And I'm talking about small business. I'm not talking about multinational corporations. I'm talking about the individual business owner that can see firsthand that a good worker is out there on his floor, so he can reward that worker for his job well done out here. You got multinational corporations creating ridiculous bureaucracies out here where nothing really gets done, but they still get all the damn profits. I mean, because they're paying ridiculous wages out here. Now, I know there's going to be an argument out there, well, you know what, Ghost, what are you turning into, some sort of a left-wing liberal or something based on that economics? Well, folks, no, I'm not. I'm just simply stating, folks, if we're going to give anybody a break in this country, it should be the small business owner, the person that legitimately saved money or however they generated that chunk of wealth for them to roll the dice at being an independent business owner, folks. We need to reward those people, because those people will reward hard workers. And the hard workers will reward the small businesses by spending the money there, and it'll be a better economy for everybody. That's the first thing we need to do. That's not the whole solution, but that's the first thing we need to do. Second thing we need to do is go back to the damn negotiating table with these ridiculous regimes that we've got these imbalanced trade deals with, like China and India and all these ridiculous morons that export all their garbage to our homeland over here, but they don't even want to have anything to do with our products. As a matter of fact, their country is creating a whole underground network of piracy and robbing people of their intellectual properties out here. There's a black market because they don't accept our products, and if they do, they tax the hell out of it. Nobody wants the damn thing. It's ridiculous and it's stupid, folks. And this is what I've been talking about all along. There's a lot of things that need to be done here. All right, we need to somehow spawn innovation. All right? We need to spawn innovation. We need a leader that's going to, and I've said this again and again. I'm sorry, folks, if you happen to be listening to me on the iPod and you're saying, here he goes again. But, folks, if you're tired of me saying it, go say it to somebody else. Smack him out of this stupid garbage about, oh, yeah, this guy's a maverick. Oh, yeah, look at Barack Obama. I'm voting for him because he's got nice teeth. Get these people out of this crap, and let's talk about issues that are going to affect American people. American people. I don't give a damn what race, creed, religion. I don't care what you are, folks. If you still care about America, well then, gosh damn it, won't you partake in this political system out there? I mean, because this is garbage, folks. What we're heading into here, especially with the choices we have here for president, it's going to get pretty disgusting. I really don't know what in the blue hell is going to happen. And I know that people are, sitting there saying, oh, don't pick on Palin. Oh, hey, isn't that what the feminist movement was about, you piece of crap? I mean, wasn't that the feminist movement out here? The feminist movement was all about equality, right? And this is why I am a staunch anti-feminist, folks, and anybody who knows me on this side of the internet knows it, and I ain't ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say it because feminism, and I'll repeat this over and over again until my last breath, feminism has implemented the absolute pussification of America, folks, and this is why you're seeing all these problems out here. I mean, you got to think, feminism and liberalism are the root of all this crap. They've hijacked the Republican Party. They've hijacked all the major apparatuses of the government and judicial institutions. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at the legislation being passed by these pieces of trash out here. Just take a look at these rulings. Take a look at this gender-biased justice system. I mean, this is an equality, folks. This is, pussification, folks. I don't know how else to say it. And I don't understand why the Republican Party, and this used to be a party of ideas out here, folks. I was a lifelong Republican, but I'm a conservative, damn it. I don't think teen pregnancy is a beautiful thing. And now that's the new Republican stance now. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Sarah Palin's daughter, 17 years old, so what? It's the feminist movement. See, this is what I've been arguing ever since I started this program, folks. And I urge you, if you're listening to me for the first time, go back in the archives. I've been saying this since the beginning. All right? I mean, the social ills of America have become the social norm. You've got single-parent families are now the majority of the day. You've got people going out here participating in divorce, 4 or 5 different divorces. I mean, they're changing divorces like they're changing dirty, crappy, crustated underwear. It's disgusting, folks. This is not what America used to be. This is why we're going down the toilet. We're dumbing down. We're being dumbed down, folks. Don't you understand that? And this is a liberal and feminist agenda to do so. And if you don't believe me, go take a look at your education system. If you happen to have a child out here, and I'm sorry if you have to, send them to public school, but if you go take a look at the public education out here and see what they're teaching these children, it'll disgust you. There's no losers out here in school or in-class competition anymore. You know that? Oh, no, you can't call them losers. They're going to get hurt. They're going to get their feelings upset. I mean, this is the feminist crap right here. This is what I'm talking about. You can't see kids out in elementary schools out there playing dodgeball anymore. Playing tag, for heaven's sake. Wake up, man. And if you think you're some sort of a, high-nosed, Republican conservative that is actually backing up this McCain-Palin ticket, you're a moron, folks. I mean, seriously, I couldn't believe when I was watching the damn Republican convention and seeing these idiots, chant that ridiculous mantra, oh, drill, baby, drill, drill, baby, drill, baby, drill, you stupid morons. Okay, I just got through a hurricane out here in Texas, okay? And it's not a convenience. It's not a coincidence that as soon as a hurricane enters the Gulf of Mexico, that all of a sudden it goes from a Category 1 or a tropical depression to a damn Category 2 to 4 hurricane, folks. It's not a coincidence, folks. Why is it happening? Well, folks, because we have tapped the living bejesus out of the Gulf of Mexico. There are oil rigs all over the Gulf of Mexico. As a matter of fact, people like to go out, fishing on charter boats and that sort of thing. I mean, there's been incidents where, people go out, the charter boat goes down, they hang on to a life raft or, some kind of life-saving device, and they swim to an abandoned rig. They're all over the place in the Gulf of Mexico, folks. And they have unearthed all that gasoline, that oil, all that crude oil, all that natural gas, all that garbage into the ocean, and they have raised the temperature of the ocean several degrees. I think it's like 4 or 5 degrees, something like that. And it's no coincidence, folks, that every time a damn hurricane comes through the Gulf of Mexico, that it infuriates. The Gulf of Mexico's warm water infuriates the hurricane. You see, people can't explain to you what the origin of a hurricane is. This is what I keep explaining to folks. It's unknown. You can ask the damn weatherman. He's going to say, I don't know how the hell a hurricane happens. It's a natural phenomenon. It's just a spontaneous release of energy by the earth. I mean, you people don't understand. You're only infuriating energy when you're creating warm waters. Warm water, I mean, that's what powers Las Vegas. I just don't understand. You got these moron Republicans now, drill, baby, drill, like a bunch of bona fide morons. Are you kidding me? I mean, are you actually championing the damn, infuriation of hurricanes? Do you want to see Category 5? I mean, look, I know morons that probably are paid off by the oil companies are going to sit here and say I'm a lying piece of trash, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm misinformed. But, folks, I'm living right here in Texas, folks, and I have never seen, and especially those poor folks out there in Louisiana, they've never seen hurricanes like this, folks. It's no coincidence that right when it hits the Gulf of Mexico, that these hurricanes just go out of proportion. And here you got these idiot Republicans saying drill, baby, drill, like a bunch of morons out here, okay? Well, and Republicans are going to tell me, well, what's the solution, Ghost? If we can't offshore drill, if we can't produce our own oil, we're going to have to give our money to the terrorists and all this other ridiculous nonsense. Well, I got an idea, and I've said this, and I'm going to continue to say it until people start getting it through the thick, fat-headed skulls and start demanding it from their damn politicians. We're in Iraq. We're in the second largest oil deposit in the world. Why aren't we forcing this Iraqi governing party to give us oil, and we'll take it off their tab, all right? We'll just take it off their tab, and we can put it on our market, not let the Iraqi parliament put it on the world market, because that's what they're doing, folks. They're putting it on the world market, and these Iraqi parliaments, these idiots are selling this oil at, whatever it is right now, $130, $140 a barrel. And these people are putting it in their bank accounts, and they've got a surplus, 80 billion plus, and it's growing every day. I'm just saying, folks, I mean, it would help us greatly if there was a damn candidate, one of these moronic candidates. Let me tell you something, they would win my vote if they would say that. That's all I want. I mean, to save the economy. You know, why don't you just go and demand from the Iraqi parliament to give us the oil, we'll take it off their tab, and that'll drive oil prices down dramatically. OPEC, you know, this stupid oil, you know, cartel, you know, made of all these ridiculous royal family Arab countries, these morons, when they saw the barrel of, because before all this happened, folks, before the hurricane, and probably about a week ago, you know, we were seeing pretty low, you know, low prices on the barrel of oil. It went, I mean, I don't know what the prices were, but it was considerably lower. You folks that drive on a consistent basis, you know, you notice the reduction in the price of gasoline. Well, once OPEC, the oil-producing cartels in the international community out here, which are basically in the Middle East, and the royal families and all these ridiculous, you know, Arabic countries that have no historical significance of monarchy, but yet they're still monarchies. But anyway, here they are. They see that the barrel of oil is going down because, let me tell you, we're not going to the pumps, folks. And if you happen to have a retail location, or if you're a small business, or if you're somebody that depends on foot traffic, folks, you're feeling it because they're not going out, they're not spending money, they're not going to the pumps. And as a result, the whole supply and demand concept comes in. The price of oil and the price of gasoline goes down, and what does OPEC do? OPEC says, whoa, wait a minute, whoa. We can't let that happen, so we're going to cut production. Right, so let's just do that. We're going to put our own spin on the market, and we're going to cut production so we can artificially bring the prices back up. And then you got the hurricane out here, which is, you know, damaged probably a few refineries, so that's even going to drive the prices even more, folks. All while you got the damn Iraqi parliament out here, while we're, you know, trillions in debt, you know, over this military operation. We've lost countless lives. You know, poor soldiers are coming back with, you know, 1, 2 arms, no legs. I mean, it's a sad situation, and yet we can't. It just seems to be a non-winning situation at this point, folks. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, you know, even General Petraeus said it. He doesn't even know, he doesn't even want to say the term victory when it comes to this military theater. And this is a man who's, you know, pretty well decorated. I mean, as a matter of fact, I think he's a smart man. He's a very smart man because, I mean, during his congressional testimony, he wanted to be sure, he wanted it on the record that he didn't want, he was his own man, that, you know, he wasn't going to say things because the president wanted him to say things, or the government wanted him to say things, or some bureaucrat in Washington. He said it as eloquently and as defined as possible, that victory is not a definable objective in this war. And he didn't even want to go on the record to say that this war is making us safer. You know, I mean, and that's the sick part about it. You know, our general that's commanding this damn theater out here, this military theater, he didn't even want to go on a record and say that this is making us safer. I mean, what kind of garbage is that? So, if it's not making us safer, if we can declare victory, why don't we make victory? How about that? Huh? This is the American people, this is the American government, which belongs to the people. I think the people should start demanding that these damn politicians force the Iraqi parliament, force them to relinquishing barrels of oil, and we'll just take it off their tab, and we'll artificially lower the oil market and make these damn OPEC morons, you know, quiver in their boots like a bunch of imbeciles. But no, you're not going to see that, folks. You're not going to see that because these politicians know you don't know your asses from your elbow, folks. I mean, here you got John McCain, who, I mean, a despicable liberal piece of trash out here that completely implemented liberalism right before our very eyes in the Republican Party, is legitimately the double talk express, folks. You know, straight talk my derriere. And McCain knows it, folks. And if he doesn't know it, then he's senile. And let me tell you, and I don't want to, you know, I know that everybody's talking about ageism now. You know, I never heard so many damn isms in a damn presidential campaign. But I think it's a legitimate debate to question whether or not John McCain will even be alive because of the poor man's health. All right? I mean, isn't that a legitimate question, folks? I mean, you know, here we are. We're in a economically turmoiled time in American history. We are at a point where, you know, we're dealing with several fronts in as far as military exercise, military theaters are concerned. And here you got Russia trying to buck up and trying to, thumb its authoritarian communist nose at us. I mean, we got a lot of situations that we have to deal with, and you want somebody that, you know, is questionable at best as far as his, full capacity as president, and then, you know, for God forbid, you know, this man happens to, you know, die in office. You got Sarah Palin. You got some Eskimo bimbo from Alaska, you know, who look like damn deer in the headlights when trying to explain the Bush Doctrine. I mean, that was the most horrible interview I've ever heard in my life, and you got moron Republicans sitting here saying, oh, it's great. I mean, you're ridiculous bimbo Babe Buchanan, which I respected there for a little while until this damn election. Here she is trying to, oh, yeah, well, you know, she doesn't let facts get in the way. You know, she's one of those people. I mean, you know, trying to justify the incompetence of this broad. It's stupid. I just don't understand it. And you know, I never thought, and I hate to keep repeating this, folks, but I never thought I'd see the day when the Republican Party would justify teen pregnancy. Would you? Did you? I mean, honestly. Did you think that the Republican Party would actually justify teen pregnancy? It's disgusting. I mean, it really is. It's a sick sight, folks. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You know, we've already been on a little bit over 45, I think, or 45 minutes or so. We're going to be on for the next hour and 20 minutes, folks, and we're going to be talking about whatever you want to talk about out here. There's a lot of things that should be on the American mind, but obviously everybody's out there, you know, I don't know, got a Kentucky Fried Chicken grease thumb up their asses or something. I don't know what it is, but it's sad. It's sad that America's taken this turn. True conservatives everywhere. I'm talking about true conservatives. I'm not talking about these morons that are out here putting conservative or Republican on their label when they're out here spewing out nothing but a bunch of left-wing propaganda. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people that are true to the conservative principle, that understand that conservative ideology, conservative beliefs go far beyond party loyalty, all right? I mean, I understand, you know, if you're going to be loyal to a party, that's going to be loyal to principle. But if a party doesn't have principle, what in the blue hell are you? You're nothing but a damn robot, just like these damn liberals out here. I mean, don't you understand that? Or you're a damn liberal. When you try, I mean, like 10 years ago, if you're one of these people that are trying to justify teen pregnancy now, and 10 years ago you would have puked at the notion of it, I mean, you're turning into a damn bedwetting, long-haired hippie. That's what you are. You're nothing but a moron that'll just basically listen to whatever you're told, and you're going to regurgitate that. It's sick. It's really disgusting. But everybody seems to be doing it like, you know, hey, it's the in thing to do, folks. I just don't understand it. Anyway, folks, go ahead and get back to my website at ipolitic.net/ghost. That's ipolitic.net/ghost. ipolitic.net/ghost. I know I haven't been blogging for a while, but I'm going to be blogging this evening. I'm going to be blogging about a lot of these issues that I'm going to be talking about this evening. And I may be in the chat room in that political community. Who knows? But I strongly advise you to go ahead and bookmark that webpage and By all means, folks, if you happen to know somebody that would appreciate this programming, appreciate this commentary, go ahead and forward them this the link to this particular broadcast, because we need to get the word out, folks. I mean, whether they agree or disagree, all right, the bottom line is we need to start talking about these issues, or we're going to be stuck like Chuck, all right, folks? I mean, literally. I mean, we're just going to be sitting out here, grabbing our nads and saying, well, what the hell happened? I mean, don't you people understand that this economic situation, and everybody's been saying that I've been over-dramatizing it. Everybody's always said that, oh, well, Ghost, you don't know what you're talking about, folks, or Ghost, you're just, hyper-sensationalistic, internet radio host that, talking a bunch of nonsense. Well, I hope this Lehman Brothers bankruptcy and the situation that's happening with AIG and the things that happened with Fannie Mae and that other one. Come on, folks. Do you understand that we need to start laying down some true economic principle out here? And what does that mean? I'm talking about lower taxes, but I'm not talking about lower taxes to multinational corporations. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about lower taxes for the small business owner. And we need that, folks, because we need to bring back the American dream, because that's what the American dream was, wasn't it? You'd be able to get an education and possibly, get yourself a decent job. You live economically responsibly. You save some odd dollars in the bank. You buy yourself a house, a car, get married, all that nonsense. And if you want, you either save that money that you work your whole entire life for your retirement, or you gamble. And you go out and you try to live the dream. You try to live the American dream, being your own independent boss, being a contributor to the economy of your local market. But you see, that seems to be harder and harder to do, folks. And I don't know if you folks happen to live in or near metropolises, or if you happen to live in a mid-sized community. Heck, even in the small communities, folks, you're seeing all these corporate names hop up like they're going out of style. I mean, when was the last time you actually went to a locally owned, and I'm talking about a locally owned anything. I'm sure you may be able to find a couple of locally owned restaurants and maybe a couple of locally owned bars, but a lot of those corporate names are becoming neighborhood staples. And they're paying these, you go to these damn corporate chains out here. What are they employing? A bunch of incompetent idiots. And why are they employing a bunch of incompetent idiots? Because they ain't paying crap. So, I just want, that's food for thought. Just think about it a little bit, folks. We need to take our head out of our asses here. Issues, all right? Not pig lipstick, not, straight double talk, none of this garbage. Issues. Put these people on the table out here and say, hey, what are you going to offer the American people? All right? We know that, Barack Obama, when he put a damn record for, fundraising, he raised over $60-something million last month. That's great that you can, raise that kind of money. What you going to do for us there, Obama? What you going to do for us there, McCain? Who can't even, remember how many homes he has, and here he is, he's talking about injecting something into this economy? It's garbage, folks. This is serious stuff here, and you happen to be suffering from this economy, I'm sorry. But with all due respect, it's partly your fault. It's partly your fault because you people aren't politically active whatsoever. Here we have the United States Constitution, which gives people the unalienable rights that they don't even want to participate in. They don't even know they got them. Don't you idiots understand that the only way that this mechanism of government will work is if this government that was made by the people and for the people are actually governed by the people? And I'm not talking based on some ridiculous vote because you like somebody's teeth, or you think they're a maverick, or because they're a woman, or because of their race. I'm talking about a legitimate vote on issues, and if these morons aren't held accountable to these issues, I mean, just get them the hell out of office. I mean, I'm all for that, folks. I don't understand. It's not brain science, you know, and this is what frustrates me. It frustrates me beyond belief because, you know, here I am, you know, I'm a conservative, damn it, okay? I mean, I've lost the Republican Party. The Republican Party does not speak for me, all right? It doesn't speak for conservatives, all right? Regardless of what idiot that's out here in the Blog Talk Radio Network or any other media for that matter that are trying to call themselves a Republican, they're trying to call themselves conservative, and they're out here spewing this liberal propaganda, they're not a conservative, damn it. And this is what I don't understand, folks. Why aren't people talking about issues, for Christ's sake? Our economy is going down the proverbial toilet, and people are talking about, oh, I'm voting for this piece of crap because he looks more presidential, or because he's a maverick. Let's force these pieces of crap. I know that they're crap, believe me. What the choices we have for president are absolute garbage. But the American people need to wake up and need to understand that this country was made for the people and by the people, but they have to participate in the damn political process. They can't just sit there with a Kentucky Fried Chicken greased thumb up their ass thinking that this damn political system is going to run itself. It's not, folks. It's not, for Christ's sake. And it's gotten out of control, for Christ's sake. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're voting for in this election. You're getting liberalism and feminism. This is the root of all our problems, folks. Liberalism and feminism. Don't you understand that? I mean, we are now, as an American populace, accepting the social ills of about 30 or 40 years ago. We're now accepting them as a damn social norm, for Christ's sake. And nobody wants to talk about that, huh? No, we're embracing. You got Republicans embracing teen pregnancy out here because, oh, look, there's Sarah Palin. She's a hockey mom. Oh, yeah. You got morons out here, and these people are calling themselves conservatives. They're calling themselves Republicans. They're actually making comments like, well, I'm going to vote for her because she's hot. I mean, this is the dumbass mentality that we're dealing with on the political spectrum out here in America. And this is what infuriates me, damn it. This is why I talk with passion and fury. This is America, you morons. We need to start participating in this government, for Christ's sake. I don't give a damn what your political perspective is. Go out there and do something about it, damn it. Sitting on your ass is not going to change this country. Don't let these damn politicians fool you. They're not going to do jack. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what their agendas are, folks, but it's liberalism. It's liberalism and feminism. Get it to your thick skulls. Don't accept it. Don't palate it. Don't palate liberal crap. Don't palate feminist crap. I mean, that's why it's gotten so bad out here, folks. That's why you can't sit down during primetime television hour, during what used to be called family hour. You can't sit down and watch TV on the major networks without seeing some kind of sexual depravity, without seeing violence being just channeled right into your damn living room. You got these supposed role models for these children out here getting pregnant at 16, 15. They're out here participating in all kinds of deviant sexual activity. They're damn drug addicts. They're alcoholics. And this is what's leading our children, for Christ's sake. We got an economy that nobody gives two rat's asses about. They're not even talking about it. All they're talking about is just throwing rebates and tax money at the problem. I mean, I was disgusted when I saw the damn, what do they call this crap? Stimulus package? I was sick to death when I saw that crap. I mean, don't you understand that that's socialism, you moron? Wake up, you piece of crap. I better calm down, folks, I'm telling you. I mean, it's frustrating, though, folks. It should be frustrating for you. But, of course, I know most of you people are out there, you know, just as long as you keep shoveling food down your gullet, that's all you care about. That's all you give two rat's asses about. Anyway, 646-652-4869, folks. I know I've been talking here for a little while, but I just have a lot of things to get off my chest, folks, because this is sick what's happening here in America. I mean, this is sick. I mean, I'm a conservative. I've lived the conservative lifestyle all my life, and to see what's happening to America, it's just disgusting to me. I never thought I'd see the dumbing down of America at this level. I knew that most Americans were a bunch of Nimrods, but I didn't realize that it was this bad, folks. And believe me, it's pretty damn bad. Oh, man, let me take a drink of water before I have a damn coronary right here on the air with you folks. If you happen to have any kind of opinion on anything I'm saying on this program, get back to me, 646-652-4869. Or you can get back to my website at ipolitic.net/ghost. Get back and bookmark the webpage, but right now I'm going to take a drink of water. I mean, you know, here I am. I'm paying for water, for Christ's sake. You understand how stupid this is? And why am I paying for water? All right? Because the water system that is ran by this damn government of ours, you know, is questionable, folks. You've heard the stories. You've seen that stupid Aaron Brockovich movie. I mean, it's ridiculous. So we got to get somebody. This is the ridiculous part about bottled water, and I don't mean to be getting off on a rant here about bottled water, but we have to literally get some moron from a third party to fully purify our water. That's what's the sick part about it. That's the sick part about it. I mean, they're putting damn fluoride in our water, for Christ's sake. I mean, what kind of garbage is that? I mean, don't you morons understand that, you know, fluoride doesn't have a very good reaction to the to the human body? But you see, these morons, they're just going to, oh, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oh, you say it's okay to do it? Okay, meh. It's stupid, folks. I mean, I don't mean to be making a big joke about it, but it's stupid. And, of course, nobody wants to talk about these issues, folks. I mean, God forbid that they have to actually discuss true issues that are going to affect our lives out here. You know, in my opinion, I think that politics has become a stupid game. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the American political system. I mean, you listen to the talking heads out here, you listen to all these morons, they're bloggers in the blogosphere and on the Blog Talk Radio Network. I mean, these morons don't care. When they're talking about politics, they don't give a crap about the actual mechanism of government and how it's run. I mean, they want it to be bad. They want it to screw up. I mean, this is the hypocrisy of this damn thing. I mean, this is what's unfortunate about America. Is that, you know, most of these talking heads and all these people in the media, they know that America is not too bright, okay, or at least most of them. All right, most of these people are not too bright. Remember, we're the country that bought the damn pet rock, for Christ's sake, all right? We're not too bright. And they know that they can take advantage of that, you know, via power of just the suggestion of the power of suggestion. Influence through the media, influence through other mediums out here, and people are morons. And when it comes to politics and its representation of it on the media, they don't give a damn if they're telling you factual information anymore, folks. So, inevitably, what we have here is just a dumbing down of America to where people are voting on dumbass, ridiculous issues that have nothing to do with America as a whole. All right? I mean, it really doesn't have it. And you have people that are going against things that they were against 10, 15 years ago for the sake of party loyalty out here. I never thought I'd see and I hate to keep repeating it, folks, but I never thought I'd ever see the damn Republican Party justify teen pregnancy, folks. That's sick. That really is horrible. I mean, that's what really pissed me off. I mean, bottom line. I mean, I think teen pregnancy is disgusting. I think it's horrible, and I think that any teen that gets pregnant, hey, that's the parent's fault, okay? That's the damn parent's fault. If you're, and let me tell you something, folks, if you happen to be a parent of some daughter or some son or somebody that got somebody pregnant or that, hey, that's your fault, you idiot, all right? That's your fault because you didn't instill some sort of moral ethos or some sort of code or some sort of moral integrity into your child, that they decided just to go out here and participate in all these philanderous affairs out here without any type of protection or screw protection, just not participating in it until after they're 18. I mean, this is what these dumbass teenagers don't seem to understand out here because they don't have any parents to actually guide their lives and guide what is right and what is wrong. They're learning it from the media. They're learning it from these damn ridiculous, violent video games. They're learning from all these, horrific forms of media out here. And then you wonder why our damn children are becoming a bunch of sexual deviants. I mean, you got to do with the Desperate Housewives. What kind of garbage is that? You got a show actually suggesting to housewives out there that they should go out and cheat on their husband with the pizza boy or something. It's stupid. It's really stupid, folks. But, hey, you know what? America's just sitting back and accepting it and not saying a damn thing about it. And it seems to me, and I've always said, or at least on this program I've always said, that what is happening here in America is the liberal and feminization. And the only way to stop it, folks, is to change your conscience. I mean, to start understanding, wait a minute. All right, maybe I shouldn't, look highly on people that are single parents. Maybe I shouldn't really look highly on people that, have multiple different divorces out here. And regardless, I'm just saying, we have to start instilling ourselves a sort of moral ethos out here so that we can create an environment that is suitable for a decent moral life. I mean, I'm not trying to say that, you're going to eliminate a lot of the sexual depravity, but sexual depravity, folks, is not the social norm, folks. I mean, don't you understand that we had a decent society not too long ago out here? I mean, that once upon a time, not too long ago, there wasn't a fraction or a decimal point of the amount of damn single parents that they were back in those days, folks. You didn't hear about teen pregnancy. And if you did have a teenager that got pregnant, you did whatever you could to try to hide that fact because it was shunned upon by society. And rightfully so, folks. It should be shunned because look at what happens when you embrace it or don't do garbage about it. Look at the society we're in right now if you don't do two diddly squats about the moral degradation of America. It's stupid, folks. I hate to keep repeating this, but we need to wake up. You folks need to wake up and start understanding that what is going on here is not right. All right? It's not right, folks. And we need to come together as conservatives at a grassroots level. That's the only way you're going to get things done, folks. You got to go back to the grassroots. I mean, in your local community, if you happen to be a conservative, go out there and try to find as many conservatives that think like you do and understand what's happening out here in America and start organizing and start electing, city officials that are conservatives and start electing state officials that are conservative and so on and so forth. And that's the only way conservatives are going to be able to bring back morality back in America. It seems like a very scary task. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it is. It's almost seems impossible. But remember, folks, a lot of these children out here that are being born to these single parents, at some point they're going to realize that, I really wish I had two parents. Why don't I have two parents? And hopefully, and this is an optimistic view, of course, but I'm hoping that some of these kids out here start realizing that, hey, there is an importance to have moral integrity. There is importance to be a conservative. Family is the true essence of humanity. All right? I know these feminists and these liberals are trying to redesign the American family, or the world family for that matter, but that's the true essence of humanity, folks. And like I've said, and I'll continue to say it, during the most oppressive times in history, during the time when people were in slavery, were in serfdom, they were being tortured. I mean, you name it. What kept them together, folks, was family. That's what kept people going. That's what kept people alive, kept people waking up every morning. And you see, folks, this is what I continue to say, and I continue to say it, but what do you have out here? You have liberalism all around. That's all you have out here nowadays, folks. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach out here. Anyway, folks, if you got something to say, by all means, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We're into the second hour of True Conservative Radio. I am your host, the man they call Ghost. Please bookmark the website at ipolitic.net/ghost. That's ipolitic.net/ghost. Let me tell you something, folks. We've been discussing a lot of issues at hand. I mean, I know it's been rather erratic to the folks that have been listening in here, but these are issues that we need to discuss. We discussed a lot about the economy and how it's just basically tanking down the tubes. We talked a little bit about how this Eskimo bimbo, whatever her name, Palin, whatever her name is out here, sounding like some incompetent, with all due respect, an incompetent ditz, and she doesn't even know what the damn Bush doctrine is, and that's pretty damn sad. But the bottom line is, folks, is that we need conservatism back in America. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. We need conservative thinking, conservative ideology in America. And if you happen to be a conservative, folks, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. But since I'm sitting here talking about Sarah let my teenage daughter philander around like a loose teenager Palin, since we're talking about her, I'm going to continue to talk about her for a second. Now, folks, the reason I'm so disgusted with this Sarah Palin crap is because if John McCain really wanted to bring the party together instead of dividing America and throwing gender relations back 50 years, 60 years, or something of that nature by this Palin pick, he would have chose somebody that was a real conservative. But he didn't. And you know what? I'm kind of glad but not glad that he did this. I'm kind of glad he did it because it exposed the liberalism that was fermenting in the damn Republican Party. I've been telling people this ever since the beginning of this program, that the damn Republicans were hijacked by a bunch of liberal long-haired hippies, for Christ's sake. I called it. If you don't believe me, go back in the archive and listen to it, you piece of crap. I said it all the time. And now you got feminism out here. Feminism has injected itself into the Republican Party, folks. It's sick. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It's the same crap, different plate, folks. It's liberalism and feminism. It's a sad state of affairs out here, folks. When we're out here, we got 120 banks that are on the brink of suffering the same outcome as Lehman Brothers, a financial institution that has been in America for over 160 years, going down the proverbial economic toilet, and nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to be demanding from these ridiculous morons running for president some economic issues out of their ass. All these candidates keep talking about is giving people money. You got McCain talking about, oh, you know what? I'm going to give single mothers $5,000 to $8,000 a kid. Here you go. Here's some free money on John McCain. You've got Barack Obama already promising every American $1,000 if he's elected. This is not the answer to our economic problems, you piece of crap. All right? We need some competence out here. We need to demand from these politicians what in the blue hell they're going to do about this crap.
I mean, I just don't understand it, folks. And, you know, we got this damn gas prices, and I talked about it earlier this hour. But it needs to be bared. It needs to be repeated, folks. We need to demand from these politicians, from these pieces of crap running for president, we need to demand that one of them make the American people a promise that they are going to force that Iraqi parliament, that makeshift governing body out there in Iraq, they're going to force these people into either paying us back, because we're spending $15 million an hour for this war. We're $1 trillion in debt, for Christ's sake. The least they could do is pay us back so we can instill some integrity back in the American dollar. Or, why don't they just give us the oil, because they are on the second largest oil deposit in the world. Why don't they just give us some oil, for Christ's sake, and we'll cut it off their tab? Don't you people understand that if the American people demanded from our politicians that the damn Iraqi parliament give us oil and we'll take it off their tab, that would bring down the cost of oil? Don't be fooled by this drill garbage. All right? It's crap. It's mindless, robotic horse crap, folks. I'm down here in Texas. All right? We've got towns devastated because of hurricanes. And why are the hurricanes becoming so infuriated? Why are they becoming so massive, so destructive? Well, because the damn drill mantra has been all over the Gulf of Mexico, folks. The Gulf of Mexico is legitimately tapped out when it comes to oil and natural resources, folks. There are oil rigs all over the Gulf. I mean, all that drilling has literally raised the Gulf of Mexico, the temperature of the Gulf of Mexico waters, 4 or 5 degrees. And that only infuriates damn hurricanes, you morons. Don't you understand that it's not a coincidence that when a damn hurricane gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it turns into holy hell? It's not a coincidence that whenever there's a hurricane that, hits off the coast of the Atlantic, like those Atlantic coastal fronts, there's not as much damage. The hurricanes aren't as ferocious because there's no drilling out there, you idiot! I don't know, folks. I think it's pretty sad. I mean, the Republican Party has basically turned into a bunch of mindless liberal pieces of authoritarian garbage, and I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. I was a damn lifelong Republican, and I can't believe that this is what the damn Republican Party has turned itself into, folks. It's rather disgusting. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. If you have something to say, folks, give me a call and say it right now. Because let me tell you, these are issues that need to be discussed, and you're not going to hear them discussed on any other these media outlets, any of this blogosphere crap, any of the Blog Talk Radio Network. They're not going to talk about this garbage. They're just going to feed you more and more of this mindless junk that we don't need to have anything to do with. We need to be talking about issues. All right? Issues. I don't understand, folks. I mean, it doesn't seem like brain science to me. I mean, it doesn't. But you see, what's unfortunate, and I've always said it, and everybody's been critical about my observation of this, but you literally have a dumbed-down American populace out here. I mean, it's dumbed down. It's dumbed down to the point where you've got the Republican Party actually touting drill, baby, drill at the Republican convention like a bunch of bona fide morons. All right, and I've said it, and I'll continue to say it. I'm in Texas. We just got through a devastating hurricane out here that has obliterated towns. You can't even go to Galveston anymore. Half of Houston doesn't even have power, for Christ. Doesn't have running water. I mean, this is really just legitimately crippled a good part of Texas out here. And it's no coincidence, and I'm going to continue to say it because these idiot Republicans, I don't know where this drill baby drill garbage, came from in these stupid morons' heads, for Christ's sake. But don't you morons understand that we have drilled the bejesus out of the Gulf of Mexico, and the consequence of it is only providing more energy to hurricanes? I mean, it's not a coincidence that, here, when Ike hit Cuba, it was a Category 1, And all of a sudden, and it wasn't that big of a storm. If you've been tracking a storm, which anybody who's on any kind of coast in any part of America, anytime you hear hurricane or storm or anything of that nature, you are keenly observant about the weather. It's no coincidence that once, it went past Cuba, it was kind of a, Category 1 hurricane. All of a sudden, it became massive. I mean, at one point, it was like the size of Texas itself, folks, this damn storm. It's because all that drilling, folks, and there's so many rigs and abandoned rigs on the Gulf. Like I said, folks, you get charter boats that are chartered for fishing expeditions out here. Sometimes, unfortunately, they go down, or the boat's faulty, or whatever the case might be. They go down, and survivors, they hang on to life preservers or any other life-saving devices, and they can legitimately swim to an abandoned oil rig. I mean, they're that sporadic. They're that sparse, if you will. I mean, that's what I'm telling you, folks. This drill baby drill garbage is ridiculous. And this is the Republican Party out here now. I mean, completely illogical. What happened? I mean, you've got the Republican Party championing teen pregnancy. What happened? That's why I've said it, folks, and I'm going to continue to say it, damn it. I'm not going to go against my conservative principles just because, we got to be loyal to the party. Loyal to the party? I mean, didn't you idiots hear John McCain's speech? He even said he's not loyal to you morons. He said, I'm not loyal to any party. And you morons have changed your whole perspective. And I'm talking about all you Republicans. You have changed your entire perspective. I bet more than 90% of the Republicans that are out here saying, oh my God, it's so beautiful that Sarah Palin's little 17-year-old philanderous daughter got pregnant. Yeah, your philanderous daughter got pregnant. Oh, how cute. I bet you wouldn't be saying that 10 years ago or 5 years ago. But because the Republican Party says, well, you better vote for McCain, Palin, and this is what we're giving you, and this is what you're going to take, and that's all there is to it. Not knowing that you idiots have just been completely bamboozled by liberal propaganda. I mean, morons, all right, wake up. Drill, baby, drill is stupid. It'll destroy the coastline of America. It's already destroyed most of the coastlines that border the Gulf of Mexico, folks. All right, this is why we're seeing such devastating hurricanes that are completely obliterating coastal towns because of drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. Yeah, I want these Republicans that chanted, and you know what? I might even make a YouTube video about this crap. I want all the Texans out here that are out here, and let me tell you, they're all over Texas, folks. They're in hotels. I mean, I have some businesses that were affected by this. I don't want to get too personal about my personal involvement in this, but because I panned out fairly well. But these poor people that are out there right now, there's no power. All right, they're probably in humid filth because of all the rain and all the mold and the flooding. It's horrible, and the destruction. And you got these Republicans saying, drill, baby, drill. Yeah, well, you piss off, all right? You're sitting here championing damn teen pregnancy. Piss off, all right? I'm not going to sit here and palate this crap, all right? You're not even you're no better than a long-haired liberal bedwetting hippie, man. Honestly. I mean, when did you ever think, and I hate to keep repeating this, I've said this like 80 billion times this show, but when the hell did you ever think that you would see the Republican Party actually trying to justify teen pregnancy out here? I mean, when the hell would you think that you'd ever see the Republican Party, trying to do whatever it takes to legitimize an illegitimate vice presidential candidate? It's stupid, man. And not only that, when the hell did you'd think you'd ever see the Republican Party turn into a damn bedwetting liberal, long-haired, hippie, tree-hugging organization, a party? I never thought I'd see the day, folks, but I'm telling you, it's sick. Because everybody's believing this garbage. Everybody's believing this crap. I mean, I used to think that, Republicans, that's why I was a Republican my whole life. Because they were the party of ideas. Even Barack Hussein Obama said it. They were the party of ideas, but now they're no different than the damn liberals, folks. Don't you understand that? Don't you understand that when you don't have any more principles, you're just doing what you're told? Don't you understand that? I mean, that's what these Republicans are doing. They're doing what they're told, like a bunch of morons, even though it goes against the very principles that these idiots fought long and hard for about 10, 15, 20 years ago. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, folks. But let me tell you, I'm a conservative first and foremost, and I'm glad to call myself a conservative, and that's all there is to it. I'm not voting for any of these pieces of crap. All right? It's a sad state of America, folks. I mean, I want all those people that were chanting drill, baby, drill at the Republican convention, I want them to go chant that out there in the streets of Galveston, the streets of Houston. All right? Go out there and chant that crap, you stupid morons. And the argument of these idiot Republicans that are basically becoming bastard children of the oil companies, all right? What these idiots are going to try to argue is, we need to drill oil. We need to drill oil so that we can bring down the cost of oil. All this ridiculous crap that they know nothing about. They just heard it from some talking head from the right, and they're just going to repeat it like a damn parrot, all right? But you know what? You stupid idiots, all right? Don't you understand that we've lost close to 5,000 men in Iraq, all right? Men and women, excuse me. All right, don't you understand that we are spending $15 million an hour for this war? Don't you understand that we're trillions of dollars in debt for this war? Why in the blue hell can't we force this Iraqi parliament to give us the damn oil? Give it to us. We liberated you, and we'll take it off your tab, all right? Remember, I told you, these damn limeys over there in tea-drinking England, they paid us back for World War II. And all of a sudden, these stupid moronic Americans out here have completely turned blind to the fact that, hey, we are incurring a debt because we are liberating people, because we have all these ridiculous entitlement programs, because, I mean, everything that is doing, all the damn issues have gone awry, all right? It's gone completely amok out here. Economy's gone amok, morality's gone amok, everything. Because the American people have fallen asleep at the wheel. Just look at what these idiots are talking about out here. Just look at how easy it was to convert the Republican Party into a bunch of bloodthirsty liberal pieces of trash. A bunch of feminist-worshipping pansy asses. It's ridiculous. It makes me sick. I wouldn't, oh, jeez, I just want to break something right now. I'm looking for something to break because wake up, you idiots! Don't you understand that this isn't the way the Republican Party used to be? I don't get it, man. There's no justification for teen pregnancy, and don't give me this crap that, oh, it happens every day. Oh, it's the social norm out here. That's what Republicans are saying nowadays, folks. They're saying, oh, it's normal now. Oh. What I've been saying all along, folks, and you can look back in the archives, this is what I've been saying all along. And now that the Republican Party has embraced the social ills as the social norm, they're a bunch of pussified, liberal, feminist, worshiping pieces of crap! Wake up, folks. Wake up. And for all you idiot drill baby drill idiots, why don't you call me right now and tell me why we can't force this Iraqi parliament to give us some damn oil. Give it to us. They're sitting on the second largest oil deposit in the world, you idiot! Even General Petraeus says that he doesn't even want to use the term victory when talking about this theater of combat. He went on the congressional record and said he doesn't know if this war is making us safer. Because he doesn't want to tell you it isn't, folks. So I'm telling you, we're in the war now, we're in it, We can't cut and run at this point because we would have incurred so much debt that I'm telling you, folks, you think this Lehman Brothers and this IAG or this whatever the stupid, dumb, ridiculous, bloodthirsty financial institution's name is, if you think this is just the end or this is some sort of turning point where we're going to see some sunshine at the end of the tunnel, horse crap. There are 120 banks, 120 financial institutions on the same type of economic footing as Lehman Brothers, as all these idiots out here. We need economic help, and these morons aren't talking about the damn economy. They're talking about throwing money at the problem. Oh, John McCain, let's reward mothers. Since we're bowing down to feminism, let's go ahead and give single mothers $5,000 to $8,000 a kid. Bad enough that this entitlement system currently, right now, is making baby-making into a big business out here. A woman who shits out 6 kids from 6 different fathers could legitimately get $3,000 to $4,000 in government subsidies, folks. And that's not including the child support. All right, I'm not BSing, folks. If you don't believe me, look at it for yourself, you piece of crap. All right? I don't know, folks. I'm telling you, it's sickening to me, all right? It really is sickening. What this damn country, the Republican Party, I mean, we all knew what the damn Democrats were about. We all knew that. We all know that the Democrats are nothing but a bunch of idiots and that, they follow whatever the hell the talking head says. All right? They're going to sit there and say, oh, okay, well, they said that we're for this and against this now. Okay. Oh, they said we're for this and this. Oh, okay. That's exactly what the damn Republicans are doing right now, folks. And they're trying to justify the double talk express. I mean, the gall of John McCain out here to sit over here saying, I'm a straight talker. I'm a straight talker. You're a straight talker, you piece of crap. I saw a Chris Matthews, one of these ridiculous town hall, meetings that he likes to claim that he does so frequently, which, I think it does him some injustice, folks, because it's these town hall meetings where he's caught double talking, where he's caught basically on the side of both sides of the political persuasion. But this one town hall that I saw with Chris Matthews, this moron actually contradicts himself within 15 seconds. I mean, he actually says that, well, I'm not against, gay marriage, and then 15 seconds later he's like, no gay marriage whatsoever. I mean, and there's a whole bunch of, you can YouTube them up if you want. All right, let me tell you, you can find a whole bunch of idiotic garbage from the Double Talk Express. This is why I can't stand the man, folks, because you're talking about how you don't know somebody. I don't know this moron. I mean, this guy has contradicted himself so many times, folks. You don't know whether he's a liberal, whether he's a damn, who the hell knows what he is. And then Sarah Palin. I mean, this ditzy broad is a step away from being the President of the United States. All right, there is a legitimate argument that could be made that because of the ailing health and the persistent health problems of John McCain, that Palin could be the president before the end of this term here, or the next term, excuse me. I mean, she could be the damn president. And, did you see how she looked on this Charlie Gibson interview? I think Charlie Gibson took it easy on her. And still she couldn't do anything under pressure. She sounded like some stupid kid that was, studying, for a college oral, test or something. And she couldn't even say it with passion or legitimacy. Did you see how cardboard-like that she was? A lot different from that. Oh, look at me, I'm a hockey mom. I'm not bowing down to this feminism, folks. That's exactly what we're doing. We're bowing down to feminism. And if you don't believe me, you take a look at the feminist blogs out here. They're creaming in their bulldyke pants because Sarah Palin is the damn nominee for the Republican Party. It's not a joke. And feminism is evil, folks, and I'll continue to say it. I don't give a damn what these broads say. I don't care if they sit here and email me, and they threaten me all the time, folks. you would think that feminism, they would want to talk about the issues. They're all sensitivity and political correctness and all this horse crap. And yet, they want to sit here and be the first ones to take you off the air. They want to sit here and be the first ones to threaten your life and, spread slanderous lies about your family and spread personal attacks and that sort of thing. But this is what the Republicans are bowing down to right now, folks. They're bowing down to a bunch of feminists, and I'm not going to bow down to that crap. You all can bow down to that. I'm not going to do it. And if you think I'm wrong about it, if you actually want to debate me and say, well, you know what, Ghost, it's okay to bow down to feminism, well, go ahead and call me. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. But you're not going to call me. And I'll tell you why you're not going to call me, folks. I don't blame you, all right? Because, what are you going to justify, huh? I mean, our country's going to holy hell. What are any of these dumb candidates that are running for president right now? What are they going to do? They're not going to do anything. All right? They're stupid morons. They're not even talking about the issues. They're hoping that it'll go away. I mean, let me tell you, Bush actually thought, and I said this on a prior program, he actually thought that this stimulus package was going to actually save this particular event that we're witnessing, the bankruptcies and the economic collapse of a whole bunch of financial institutions. He was hoping to, soften the blow up until past the election, past January. But not even the economic stimulus package could have helped this collapse, folks. It's going to get ugly out here. I said back in February that this next Christmas is going to be the last good Christmas that you're going to see out here, folks. And I'm not trying to be somebody that's going to try to scare you out here. I'm not trying to scare you. You need to do something about it, you idiot. All right? And you want to talk about straight talk? I'm straight talking to you, all right? I'm not double talking here. I've stayed true to my principles since the beginning. I'm not out here double talking like these Republicans. 1 minute they're champion, teen pregnancy, it's horrible, and the next minute they're justifying the damn thing. All right, that's liberalism right there, folks. And don't let these idiots fool you. All right, don't let these morons fool you. What you need to do as an individual is you need to get a hold of your public servants, and I'm talking about your local congressman. I'm talking about your senator. I'm talking about your city officials. You need to go out there and you need to demand from these people some accountability, all right? And you need to get their perspective on certain issues and call down there. And if you find out that, whoa, this congressman is for this, this, and this, and this, this, and that, blog about it. Go out there and let people know about it. Get on these damn viral videos or whatever it takes. We need to take back America, folks. Don't you understand that? I mean, America has been hijacked by liberals and feminists out here, okay? Liberals and feminists have implemented the absolute pussification of America. And I've said it, and I'll continue to say it, and it's become blatantly obvious as time goes by. I mean, we are getting more and more feminized as the time goes on, folks. I mean, don't you understand that this ridiculous garbage with this Sarah Palin choice, this is feminist politics out here. When the hell did you ever think that you would see the Republican Party pandering to feminists? When the hell did you ever think that you see the Republican Party touting, oh, look at that teenage pregnancy, it's beautiful. Let me tell you something, folks. If you're a parent and you got a teenage daughter that's pregnant, or you have a teenage son that got somebody pregnant, you're a piece of crap. All right? You need to look at yourself in the mirror. All right? If you happen to be a parent of a daughter or a son that had a child as a teenager, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and spit right in your face. Because you're contributing to this damn feminization problem, you idiot. I mean, I told you from day one, ever since I started this program, I told you all that the social ills are becoming the social norm. And then when I observed that the Republican Party was being hijacked by liberals, I knew that something fishy was going on. That's why I dropped the Republican out of this show's name. This show used to be called True Conservative Republican Radio. But once the primary started and I saw what they were doing to the conservatives, I saw how they were isolating the conservative messages out here, and they were giving all the adulation to all these damn blatant liberals like Giuliani McCain and Romney and all these morons, I knew, folks, that I smelled a rat. Using Patrick Henry's great phrase, I smelled a damn rat. And that rat is liberalism and feminism, folks. It has infiltrated both sides of the political persuasion. And that's why you have Republicans that used to be against certain issues that they're now advocating, because once you start going against your principle, you're nothing but an idiot robot that regurgitates what you're told. All right? I mean, you got Republicans saying, oh, you know, it's a natural occurrence. Oh, teen pregnancy happens every day. Oh, it's just, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's social evolution. I mean, that's what the Republican Party is saying, for Christ's sake. They're actually arguing for teen pregnancy. What the hell is going on here? Jeez Louise, what is going on, folks? I know I always make critical statements of the American public and say how stupid they are and, you know, how moronic they are and all this other nonsense, but let me tell you, the stench of it is getting pretty bad, folks. It's getting pretty bad out here. I'm telling you, I don't know what to say anymore. I mean, when logic defeats most of the American mind out here, or I shouldn't even say that. It goes over the head of most American minds. I mean, what use is it? I mean, if morons are going to be out here chanting drill, baby, drill, knowing that it's an ecological disaster, you know, what else? I mean, is this the culmination of mankind here? I mean, is this it here? This is it, huh? I mean, a bunch of morons just, you know, being able to change their minds at a whim out here. You know, supposedly staying true to a principle their entire life, and then at their old age, because, you know, their party says, well, this is okay now, they're going to say, oh, well, it's okay now. It's not okay, damn it, all right? You know, having multiple different divorces, and man, that's not okay, you piece of crap, all right? Having, you know, multiple children from multiple different partners, or being a single parent, I mean, that's not okay, you idiot, all right? That's not okay, moron. So I don't know what to say, folks. I mean, it emotionally drains me, man, to know that here I am, a lifelong conservative. Somebody who was a conservative, that lived a conservative lifestyle, folks, all right? I'm still with a wife, my first wife, or my only wife. I've been with her my entire life, folks. And we've had children, we got grandchildren, raised a great family, instilled moral integrity on my children are instill moral integrity on their children, because they understand the importance of it. They understand that if you're just going to be some, you know, sexual deviant or some kind of heathen or something, I mean, it's just stupid. And I got somebody here trying to, once again, suggest that I'm saying oil platforms are amplifying hurricanes. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the drilling itself. All right, when they drill underneath the ocean, all right, you've seen it out here on land. If you live out here in Texas, you know, I don't know if not everybody lives in Texas, but we got oil rigs out here all over the land. Hell, look on the television. They got reality shows documenting drilling activity. And let me tell you, what happens is they unearth all kinds of oil onto the surface of the earth. So that same thing is happening on the bottom of the ocean when we drill at the bottom of the ocean. And when you've got oil just spilling at the bottom of the ocean out here, it's being heated up by the sun, reflected via the water. It's going to heat up the ocean, you moron. And that is what's creating the amplification of hurricanes. And you know what? I hate to say this again, but it bears repeating. Let me give you an example, all right? Let's say you take a warm pan or something. You warm up a pan to where if you put your hand on it, it's warm, but it's not hot to the point where you want to jerk your hand away. Well, let's say you want to do an experiment on that warm pan. Well, let me tell you what you do. you clap your hands together and you rub them together real, real hard, and you'll start feeling that your hand is getting hot as it rubbed against your other hand. And once it gets a little warm, put it on the pan that's warm on the stove, and you're going to see that it gets all of a sudden instantaneously hot, because the energy that you created on your hand is absorbed with the warmness of the pan. As a result, those two forms of energy infuriate each other, you idiot! I mean, it doesn't take a brain scientist, folks. I mean, the Gulf of Mexico is, 5 degrees? 5 degrees. And I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I just thought you were being sarcastic to the person in the room that asked the question. I didn't mean to get all upset, but I'm kind of infuriated, sir or ma'am, because nobody is talking about these issues out here. You know, you got the Republican Party saying drill, baby, drill, baby, drill. Like a bunch of bona fide morons, not knowing that drilling offshore is creating this ecological disaster of devastating hurricanes. I mean, and I hate to repeat this again, but hurricanes are a spontaneous phenomena. No one knows where they come from, but they do know that it's an exertion of energy from the earth. The earth itself is exerting energy, and it has to release it somehow. And hurricanes is how the earth releases energy from itself. Now, if you create energy and put it on top of warm water, which is energy, and this is what I'm saying, water is used to give electricity to Las Vegas, folks. So water can create energy if you can somehow, use it in a fashion to where it creates such a thing. And this is what I'm saying when this hurricane phenomenon. I don't mean to be tongue-tied like John Edwards trying to explain why he can't take a paternity test. But the point is that when you mix the energy of the warm ocean, which, let me tell you, there's no coincidence, folks, that any time a hurricane hits the Gulf of Mexico, it infuriates to these ridiculous levels, and that's why you see such devastation off the Gulf Coast. I mean, it's utter devastation. You've had people that lived there for 100 years, all right? I mean, old people. Or I shouldn't say 100, 80 years or something of that nature. And even they're interviewed on the television. They said they never even seen such a thing. You want to know why they never seen such a thing? Because we created that. Now, I'm not attributing, global warming, that's a whole other debate. I'm not contributing global warming to hurricanes. It's just simple logic, folks. If you went to college and had to take a couple of science courses, you would have at least known that, you put energy on top of energy, it's only going to infuriate more energy. So that's why we're seeing such, horrific, devastating hurricanes off the Gulf Coast. I mean, this is what I'm saying, folks. You look at the Atlantic coast. The Atlantic coast doesn't get any devastating hurricanes that obliterates coastal towns, because there's no drilling off that shore. Don't you understand that? There's no drilling off there. But the Gulf of Mexico has been tapped out, legitimately tapped out of its natural resources, folks. I mean, there are so many oil rigs all over the state of Texas. Or not the state of Texas, excuse me. Well, there's a whole bunch of oil rigs off the state of Texas, but there's a whole bunch of oil rigs off the Gulf of Mexico, excuse me, that you could probably, like I said, if you were out in the middle of the Gulf, your boat went down, you could swim to one of these oil rigs. That's where most of the Coast Guard gets most of its survivors of boat wrecks and that sort of thing in the Gulf. It's scary, man. I just don't understand it. And Mr. Right Opinion, who's on the chat room here, is saying that he was from Kentucky and he got 80-mile-per-hour winds from Mike. I'm telling you, it's getting devastating because the Gulf of Mexico adds energy to hurricanes, man. I mean, it's not a joke here. I know these Republicans are saying, oh, drill, baby, drill, man. Drill, baby, drill. But, folks, drilling, it's not going to do us any good. It's an ecological disaster. All right, and what we need to do is we need to demand from our politicians that they demand from the Iraqi parliament that they give us oil. They're sitting on the second largest oil deposit, folks. They're making money You have to understand, folks, the Iraqi parliament is making money right now as we speak while we're spending our tax-paying dollars, $15 million an hour for the Iraqi parliament to make money. This is what we're doing here. I mean, that's what will bring down the price of oil, folks. All right? That's what's going to bring down the price of oil. You know, and like I said earlier in the show, OPEC, and for all you folks that drive on a consistent basis, you saw the gas prices go down last week or earlier in the week. They went down to a considerable rate. People were getting excited, but then OPEC, what did OPEC do? Well, OPEC decided to cut production so they can artificially inflate the price. And then you got the hurricane out here in Texas. I'm sure damaged refineries and all that other nonsense. So it's going to drive the damn price up the wazoo, and that's bad news for an already crippled economy. I mean, you got these people from Lehman Brothers. Just imagine if you were somebody who actually invested a considerable sum of one's nest egg into the Lehman Brothers financial institution. Right now, you're probably, you know, thinking of Harry Carey, if you know what I'm talking about. You know, but you know what does government want? They just want to throw money at the problem. They don't want to try to fix it. None of these idiots that are running for office for the presidency, excuse me, they're not talking about any of this garbage. Okay? And I know that you got all these morons out here, this Boone Pickens or whatever this idiot's name is out here. You know, you got this guy out here saying, "Hey, I'm T. Boone Pickens, and hey, you know, I believe in America, and we need to get off foreign oil." When this moron made $1 billion off of oil, and he's using, in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, he's using the guise of, oh well, we need to get off foreign oil so he can promote the natural gas industry so he can make another $1 billion off of natural gas. That's my opinion. I mean, you see this moron, Boone Pickens over here, and I'm an American. I think that we need to get off foreign oil, and I think we need to switch to natural gas for the meantime. Stupid moron. Stop being a hypocrite, Pickens, all right? You're just some idiot billionaire. If you wanted to change the problem, you would use your influence as an oil man, all right, to understand and let people know in the political circuits, which I'm sure you delve into. You could tell them that, hey, we got oil right here. We're in Iraq. We got, you know, soldiers dying every day. You know, we're spending $15 million an hour. Why don't we just take the oil from right there and we'll take it off their tab? It'll bring down the price of oil on the global market. Because we consume the majority of the world's oil, so it would bring down the oil on the global market. It would leave OPEC shaking in its boots. All these ridiculous regimes that are out here selling us these oils would be shaking in their boots if we just decided, oh, we're just going to go ahead and take the oil, we're going to give it to America, we're going to bring down the American gas prices. And by bringing down the American gas prices, folks, the prices of goods will come down. People will start going out and riding in their cars and going cruising is going to be, an in thing again. Going out, yeah, I'm going to go to the mall. Hey, I'm going to go here. Hey, I'm going to go there. Can't do that anymore, and that's what brought down the price of oil earlier this week or sometime last week. That's what brought down the price of oil, folks, was the fact that nobody was going to the gas pumps out there pumping gas into their gas guzzlers. You know, they did. I mean, they're actually saving up, man. I mean, it's really strange. I mean, you know the economy's bad when people are trying to save their money. Because this economy is based on people not saving their money, folks, because we've set an economic precedent that has been unprecedented, if that makes any sense. An unprecedented economic precedent that we are consuming more than we produce. Now, you try to run your life based on that logic. You consume more than you can actually produce, and see how far you go. Besides the economic toilet and, probably out in the streets. That's what I'm saying, folks. This is not a joke here. But, what are these morons? A drill, baby, drill. Oh, teen pregnancy. Oh, it's okay. It's the social norm now. Who cares? Every family's dealing with it. These are the new Republican stances out here.
You know, I mean, the new Republican stance is, oh, don't worry about it. They don't need to know that much about economy. They don't need to know that much about, you know, these other issues. You know, they don't need to worry about international politics. They don't need to worry about that crap. Don't worry about it. They're going to go with their gut. Sad, man. I don't know what's going on to this country, man. I'm pretty sick. I'm pretty sick to my stomach, folks, as a true conservative, as a conservative American. Anyway, folks, I'd like for you to get back to me at my website at ipolitic.net/ghost. That's ipolitic.net/GHOST. And if you happen to have any opinions on any of the blogs or any of the content that I distribute on that particular website, by all means comment on it. Please take the poll, too. I happen to have a poll on there. If you're for or against feminism, if you vote and see the damn results of that poll, it'll make you sick to your stomach if you're an anti-feminist or you're not down with feminism, because, I mean, it's just disgusting how many feminist morons are walking the face of the planet. But that's the agenda of the left, and that's the agenda of the new Republican Party now, folks. But anyway, just go ahead and get back. And by the way, if you happen to be up later on this evening, I'm going to be in the chat room at that political community there, ipolitic.net. So if you want to, you know, have some damn political fisticuffs about anything that we have discussed on this program, by all means, I'm going to be chatting in there this evening. And I'll be more than happy to make anybody look like a mental midget that is disagreeing with my political perspective. Because I'm on the side of goodness, in my opinion. I think that all conservatives are on the side of goodness. I mean, it's the liberals, they're the ones that have to justify teen pregnancy. All right, it's the liberals that have to justify continuously showing sexual depravity and violence on primetime television, and continuing to do it. It's the liberals that have to justify the sanctity of marriage and ruining it by, you know, letting people have divorces and change divorces like they're changing dirty, shitty underwear. I mean, they're the ones that have to justify this garbage. All right? They're the ones that have to justify this crap. And as you can see, you got Republicans trying to justify it. I mean, holy hell, folks. I mean, I never thought I'd ever see the Republican Party ever justify teen pregnancy, folks. I'm at a loss for words on that one. I'm at a real loss for words. And another thing, you know, the Republican Party, you know, went, and you got to give at least this much credit to these morons in the Republican Party, okay? You know, they actually tried to, and they're still trying, they're trying to, like, you know, fall in line and party unity and all this horse crap. And they're completely oblivious to the fact that they have changed their entire political ideology within the span of 1 year. It's a shame. You know, and you know, I don't understand why nobody else is talking about that in these subject matters about how Republicans and idiots that are trying to call themselves conservatives are justifying all this garbage that's being done by the Republican Party out here. But hey, y'all want to vote for that? That's your problem. You just remember that if you vote for any of these morons, I don't care who you vote for, McCain, Obama, it doesn't matter. If you vote for any of these people, you're only contributing to the downfall of America. And you're going to say, well, what do I do, Ghost? You know, what do I do? Well, participate in the political process via going and talking to your damn congressman, talking to your senator. All right, and if you can't talk to them directly, talk to their representatives and get to know what these people's stances are on everything. And if they have ridiculous stances on issues that you didn't even think that they could even fathom, well, then you need to spread that. You need to go on message boards and political communities and chat rooms and let people know that, you know, Congressman such and such believes this and believes that. We got to hold these politicians accountable out here.
We got to hold them accountable for what they're doing with our tax dollars. We got to hold them accountable for what they're doing while they're sent to office based on our vote. We don't need to vote on, oh, well, we need to vote him in because he's a maverick. Or, oh, we need to vote for Barack Obama because he's got nice teeth. Or, oh, we need to vote for the hockey mom. Yay! It's ridiculous, folks. I mean, it almost seems like a joke. I mean, it almost seems like a bad dream, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm hoping that maybe I'll fall and hit my head and wake up and it's back to normal. We're not embracing the social ills anymore. We're not embracing, teenagers becoming philanderous slut bags. We're not embracing this garbage. I mean, I find it funny that, during the time that Jamie Lynn Spears, and I hate to say her name because I've been written by her, network about not criticizing her because, whatever. But I find it funny that, here you got the Republican talking heads right when Jamie Lynn Spears got pregnant. That's Britney Spears' sister, for all you folks that don't know. But Jamie Lynn Spears, 16 years old, gets pregnant by somebody, somebody who's 20 years old or something of that nature. And all the Republican talking heads, before Palin was chosen as the vice presidential candidate, all the Republican talking heads were, I can't believe this teenager's getting pregnant. What kind of precedent does that show our children? And all this garbage, right? But then old Eskimo Bimbo comes along and becomes the vice presidential candidate of the Republican Party, and now all of a sudden teen pregnancy is a beautiful thing. It's all of a sudden a beautiful damn thing. And, oh, look at the babies. You're going to have a baby. Oh. Oh, man. And then that boyfriend of hers, that, Bristol or whatever Palin's kid's name, I don't care, but then you got that boyfriend out there. I happened to get a hold of his MySpace, very interesting. I'm sure they took it down by now, but very interesting, very interesting little feller there. But anyway, folks, this is what I've been saying, folks. I mean, we need to stop embracing liberalism. We need to stop embracing feminism, and we need to start embracing conservatism, all right? I mean, bottom line, all right? I mean, and how do you do your part? Well, don't palate liberal crap, all right? Don't palate feminist crap. Don't palate it, man. I mean, if you see, like, some single mother out there, don't feel sorry for single mothers, all right? Don't feel sorry for these people, all right? They need to take some responsibility with themselves, all right? They need to understand that you need to be responsible if you're going to have children. If you're going to have children, make sure you have children with somebody who's going to stick around and who's going to raise the family. Don't hop on anything that looks good in a leather jacket because the feminist movement tells you so. And that's what the feminist movement has equated woman liberation with. They've equated woman liberation with being a sexual deviant. They've equated woman liberation with having 5 or 6 kids from 5 or 6 different fathers. They have equated woman liberation with having about 5 or 6 different divorces, folks. This is now woman liberation. The feminist movement has turned the modern-day westernized woman into a subliminal prostitute. And all you people that are shocked whenever I say that, I get all kinds of emails every time I say that on every show, and I'm probably going to get some more here, but everybody gets shocked. They're like, oh, a subliminal prostitute. Yes, that damn right. I said it. Most women in America and most westernized countries are nothing but a bunch of subliminal prostitutes. And I've said this on prior shows. I employ people. I'm a small business owner. And I employ young gentlemen, that are out there just trying to make a living and so on and so forth. These gentlemen are single out here, not because they want to be, but because most of these women are just out here to get paid when they get into a relationship, folks. That's why when you're a young male out here nowadays, and I hear this from my workers, they tell me, well, sir, every time I go out and I have a night out at a club or a bar or something, and I meet a woman, the first thing she asks me is what I do for a living. Not, hey, are you a psycho, or hey, are you crazy, or hey, are you a rapist, or anything of that nature. No, the first question out of most of these subliminal prostitutes, these feminist-minded idiots that are out here is, what do you do? And by very definition, folks, if you're going to choose a man, which most women do nowadays, they choose a man based on his occupation. And, oh, he makes so much money. And, oh, you can go shopping on his credit card. That's subliminal prostitution, folks. You know it, I know it, and anybody with any kind of foresight knows it. And I'm not going to sit here and take it. So if you want to sit over here and embrace Sarah Palin, yay for women, the feminist movement, well, you go ahead and embrace the feminist movement encompassing the entire sector of the political spectrum of America. But I'm not going to accept it, folks, okay? I'm not going to accept the feminization of America. I'm not going to sit here and go quietly in that good night, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing, and I'm hoping if you have any kind of American sense or American patriotism, and I'm not talking about putting a damn flag or, any of this ridiculous nonsense that is deemed patriotism nowadays. What is a true patriot right now in today's economic unstable environment, in today's unstable international community, what a true patriot does is actually participate in the damn political system that was made by the people for the people. That's what you should be doing, damn it. Go out there and force these politicians to talk about issues. Who cares who puts, lipstick on a pit bull, lipstick on a pig? Who gives two rats' asses? Let's talk about America. Let's talk about what's going to benefit the American people, damn it. I'm telling you, folks, there are 120 some odd banks that are in the same economic situation that Lehman Brothers was in, and that institution, Lehman Brothers, has been an American financial institution for 160 years, and it just went belly up. It went bankrupt. I feel sorry for the people that have actual accounts with these people, that actually invested parts of their nest egg with these people, because they're crap out of luck. It's sick, man. Wake up, America. Start talking about the issues. Stop shoving food down your gullet. Put the freaking fork down for 5 minutes and start understanding what's going on around us, for Christ's sake. Anyway, folks, I better calm down here before I have a damn coronary. But let me tell you, I don't give a damn. I just want everybody to understand that I'm not like these morons out here in the blogosphere. I'm not like these morons out here at the Blog Talk Radio Network that are out here spewing off nothing but what's going to keep you listening. All right, I'm spewing off facts. I'm spewing off real issues. Real issues that are going to affect all of us, folks. Oh, I'm telling you, folks, it's been a real show filled with fury and passion, because I'm passionate about what I believe in, folks, and you should be too. All right? This is still America, damn it. We still live by the Constitution, the greatest document ever written in world history that gave man unalienable rights. And we need to start participating in them, folks. Stop sitting on your thumb and start doing something about it. And what do? You go out, grassroots level, participate in your local politics out there. Call up your local politicians, get to know what their perspectives are on issues that affect you. And if their issues contradict the average status quo in your district or in your politician's constituency out there, well, go out there and unelect that piece of crap and elect somebody that's going to abide by the people's wishes. All right, that's what you need to be doing. And I strongly advise you to, join a social networking program and spread your views. All right, because believe me, people read this crap. I mean, the blogosphere, that whole blogging crap, it single-handedly changed the whole mindset of the Republican Party. So I strongly advise you folks, even if you just do, a blog every other couple of weeks, whatever the case might be, I strongly advise you to do it because these people are reading it and they're absorbing it and they're actually listening. And the reason, I like this community I'm with right now, ipolitic.net, is because they promised me they're not going to kick me off like MySpace did to me. MySpace kicked me off because these stupid feminists emailed the corporate infrastructure up there and they took me off the damn website. I was banned from all these stupid social networking sites out here because of my politics, because I'm an unapologetic anti-feminist and an anti-liberal, and I'll continue to be that way until my last breath. Anyway, folks, we got a little over 30 seconds left in the program. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me because, let me tell you, these are issues that we need to talk about, and I want to thank you. It's late in the evening. It's 2 a.m. right here in Texas. Please bookmark the webpage, folks, ipolitic.net/ghost. And until next time, folks, long live the conservative movement, and death, death, death to feminism.
Buy a smartphone with GoPhone and get one free when you activate required lines of service and both devices on a qualifying rate plan with a $45 refill. AT&T, mobilizing your world. Offer ends May 31st, 2016. Valid on select phones at AT&T company-owned stores, which require new line of service on purchased phone, and participating authorized retail stores, which require new lines of service on both. Both phones require minimum $45 per month rate plan and $45 refill at time of sale in same transaction. Free phone must be equal or lesser value. See store for details.